Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys to activate Darren Bland from injury reserve. Cowboys cornerback Darren Bland is expected to be activated from injured reserve on Wednesday, according to WFAA's Ed Werder. The activation is a go, Fox Sports' Jordan Schultz tweets. Dallas opened Bland's 21-day practice window on October 9, so he will need to be activated or revert to season-ending injured reserve. He required surgery to repair a foot fracture suffered in training camp, sidelining him for the Cowboys' first 7 regular season games. Bland was a full participant in his first 2 practices during Week 6, but has not practiced since after experiencing discomfort in his foot. Dallas won't want to lose him for the rest of the season, but he may require more time to get fully healthy and back into game shape. Rookie Kalen Carson has struggled in Bland's place, allowing completions on 2/3 of his targets, per Pro Football Focus. A return from the 2023 first-team All-Pro alongside Trayvon Diggs would help the Cowboys withstand a myriad of injuries to their pass rush. Sam Williams landed on season-ending injured reserve during training camp, and both Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence have been sidelined since Week 4 with injuries of their own. The Cowboys have missed Bland's production after he recorded a league-high 9 interceptions in 2023, including 5 pick-sixes. Dallas has just 4 interceptions this year with a 6.6% turnover rate that ranks 8th worst among NFL defenses after forcing a turnover on 14.6% of opponent drives last season, the 4th highest rate in the league. Dallas currently has 54 players listed on its active roster, so they will need to clear 2 spots to open space for Bland's activation. 3 Cowboys who could end up in trade rumors. The trade market could be hot this year, as Cowboy fans have seen a few teams improve while the Cowboys wallow in mediocrity. Rumors will fly around like mosquitoes on a warm summer night, but will the Cowboys get involved? Over the last several seasons, the Cowboys have not made any big trades, and if the team ever needed a big move, this is the year. Will the front office make a move? The need is undeniable, but the nature of the move remains shrouded in uncertainty. It could be a surprise that defies expectations. The fans want to bring in a superstar player or any player that can help win games. That may not be the case for this year's Dallas Cowboys team. This team is more than 1 or 2 moves away from being a legitimate threat in the playoffs. Hopefully, I am wrong, and the injured players can come back and breathe new life into the team. With the many needs at several positions, the Cowboys could and should become sellers to get extra draft capital. Who could those players be to get sent packing for draft picks? Trade a defensive tackle. As terrible as this defense is this year and as terrible as the defensive line has been, one player could get some pretty good draft capital. Osa Odigizua is 26 years old and a good young player. Several contenders around the league could use help up front, and adding a defensive lineman who can get after the quarterback could give a jolt to an already good defense. The Cowboys are not that good on defense, so having a player like Odigizua does not raise the needle for this team, but getting a draft pick or 2 for him could help fill other positions. The best years of Odigizua's career were with Dan Quinn. A trade between rivals does not happen often, but could the Cowboys squeeze some picks out of them for a familiar face for Coach Quinn? It could be a possibility, but a trade outside the NFC East is more likely. The Steelers, who have the best defense in the league, could look to add some reinforcements to reinforce the defensive line. A 3rd and 5th round pick would be a fair asking price. A mistake that should have never happened. Jerry Jones is known for taking risks, and a couple of times in his several years of ownership, he's hit a home run with trades. Lately, however, there have been mistakes and terrible decision-making. A terrible mistake was trading draft capital for Trey Lance. As every fan knows, the Cowboys traded a 4th round pick for a 3rd-string, emergency quarterback. What a terrible idea to give up this type of draft capital for a player who would be no more than a backup to Dak Prescott. The NFL is a quarterback-needy league, and several teams are feeling the pain of losing their starting quarterback to injury or experiencing lackluster play from the position. One team comes to mind when thinking of landing spots for Trey Lance. The first is the Las Vegas Raiders, who do not have good quarterback play. I like Gardner Minshew as much as the next guy, but giving Trey Lance starter snaps could turn into having the quarterback of the future. Look at what Justin Fields did in Pittsburgh. He gave the Steelers a running quarterback who won games after being cast off from the Chicago Bears. Trey Lance could be that guy for the Raiders. The team could get, at best, a 5th-round pick. A Cowboys legend past his prime. This one is going to hurt, but sometimes, the Band-Aid just has to be ripped off. The offensive line is terrible, and the team will not make the playoffs unless something incredible happens. Trading Zach Martin would clear up cap space and get good draft capital. The Dallas Cowboys legend is no different from Tyron Smith or letting go of Jason Witten. The time has come to let the man go to a team that is a lineman away from being great. Zach Martin is 33 years old and is having a year that shows he is aging. The line around him is terrible, but that has not stopped him in the past. This year has not been a good one for him up to this point. The Cowboys are a sinking ship and need all the draft picks and cap room they can get. This trade would help accomplish that goal. If Zach Martin went on the trade block, the phones would start to ring off the hooks. The NFL knows what type of player Martin is, and having better linemen around him would get him back to his normal consistent play. A team like the Kansas City Chiefs would jump at the opportunity to upgrade one of the guard positions. Having Zach Martin next to Creed Humphreys would give the Chiefs one of the best lines in football. With this trade, the Cowboys could get a 3rd-round pick and possibly a couple more if the Chiefs feel the need to upgrade. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys front office must make a decision, make a push for the playoffs and trade for talent, or start trading talent to build for the future. In the next few days, we will see which road the Cowboys take, but do not get excited. Seeing the moves this front office makes, fans probably know that nothing will happen. That is the Cowboys' way.